This popular primetime show on ABC started with the idea that friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. And now that show is entering its final season. Sarah Massardonar sat down with two of the stars of A Million Little Things.
Joining me now are Allison Miller and James Roday Rodriguez. They star as Maggie and Gary on the show. Thank you both for taking the time to talk with me.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Okay, so let's get into it. At the end of season 4, we get two huge revelations about your characters. I mean, just within minutes of each other. We learn Maggie is pregnant and that Gary's cancer has returned, and this time it's in his lungs. So just a question for you guys. What was it like learning about these huge moments for your characters so close together?
It kind of feels appropriate that these characters are dealing with like life and death at the same time in really clear ways, in the same way that they have throughout the whole series, where they're being confronted by their own mortality and the birth of something new with finding each other and falling in love.
Yeah, it's also pretty on brand for our show for good news to be immediately followed by horrible news. So
There's that too.
it's important to strike that balance at any given moment.
Yeah.
Well, and I actually wanted to ask, this show isn't afraid to talk about tough topics. You kind of go from one to the other. I mean, from the very first episode with John's suicide, we see characters having to deal with these heavy topics. What has it been like being the face of a project that has put all these topics in the spotlight?
Well, it's tricky sometimes because you want to handle all of these issues with as much nuance and authenticity and responsibility as you possibly can. But at the same time, there's only so many minutes in an episode. There's only so many episodes in a season. So it's a bit of a tightrope walk to take on as much as we've taken on, but also feel like we're doing justice to all of these issues that we've taken on. And, I think we've succeeded to varying degrees, but it's a big undertaking. And I think we feel that as a cast.
Yeah, and also having people approach us in public and say, I've been through this and thank you for talking about it on a TV show. That's been my favorite part of the job, is hearing people that were really affected by it.
Sure. Well, let's talk about the premiere quickly here. Can you guys say if other characters might learn more about your character's news in the premiere, particularly Gary's?
I know that there's a lot of very good food served in the premiere.
Okay.
I'm at liberty to tell you that. And I think the stage gets set pretty well for the rest of the season in the premiere.
And my news becomes very, very apparent because of my physical appearance.
Well, yeah, there's no hiding
fair.
that. Yeah. Well, I want to ask too, are we going to see a return of Delilah? She's been kind of out of the country the past couple seasons. Is she returning for the final season?
We get Delilah back. She will be with us. Thank goodness.
Yeah, that was a big deal, I think, for all of us. Not only because we missed our pal Stephanie Shostak, who's fantastic on the show, but also because I think, in terms of storytelling, that created a little hole that we've had, some problems filling, and I think it's going to be really nice.
And her kids need her. My goodness.
That's true. She does have children.
Yes, she does. Well, thank you both for being here. You can catch the season premiere of A Million Little Things right here on WKOW on February 8th. Really appreciate the time, and we're all looking forward to this season.